Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Yogis. This is a wonderful program and way to start our Thursday mornings or any morning. And we're very fortunate to have with us Mandy to lead us on our yogic journey. I want to take an opportunity to thank the City of Yonkers, Yonkers Public Library. I also want to thank Friends of Crestwood Library and Westchester County Legislator Ruth Walter for helping us make sure that everybody has a wonderful time on Thursday mornings or whenever they watch the Yoga for Yogis. And we are going to need blankets. We're going to need blocks. We're going to need a strap. If you don't have those, you can improvise. You can use a scarf. You can use a belt. You can use books. You can use another rolled up yoga mat or pillows or a rolled up sweatshirt for a blanket if you don't have one. We're very flexible and resourceful. And I'm going to turn over our morning to Mandy for the next hour. Here we go.
Hi, good morning. Find a place to sit down. You can sit on your mat. I'm actually going to do that. Just fold this up on your mat, on your blanket or a pillow. But you can also just sit on the floor. That is absolutely fine too. And just find length in your spine and rest your hands for a moment on your knees. So just settle down. Take those fleshy parts of the sit bones. And then if you like, you can turn your hands, your palms up. And just try to rest the shoulders. Try to relax the shoulders. And then just for a moment, close your eyes and feel the ground you're sitting on with your feet, with those sit bones. And then just wander along your spine, feel how tall you can get. And maybe lower the chin towards the chest just slightly to lengthen the back of the neck just a little bit. And then follow your breath through your nose, in and out. Just allow yourself to arrive in your yoga space, on your mat, on your chair, in your room. And then with your next exhale, maybe do some Ujjayi breath. So we restrict a little bit the back of the throat when we exhale the air out. Ujjayi breath, ocean breath. Keep going. Maybe feel your shoulders moving up when you take a breath. Maybe feel them relax down when you exhale out. Maybe you feel the breath moving your belly or your chest. Just observe. And then slowly lower the chin towards the chest. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale out, slowly lift your head again. You can keep your eyes closed. Lift your hands in front of your chest. Prayer pose, Anjali Mudra. Feel the right hand pressing against the left and the left hand pressing against the right. Feel your thumbs pressing into the breastbone and the breastbone pressing into your thumbs. And then slowly start rubbing the hands together. You can start slow and just start rubbing a little faster so you create some heat. Keep going. Nice warm hands. And then just place the palms onto your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out with Ujjayi breath. And again, one slow inhale through the nose. Ujjayi breath out. Lower the chin towards the chest and place your left hand onto your heart and right hand right on top of your left hand. Slowly take a deep breath in. Exhale out, Ujjayi breath. Feel the movement of your breath in your chest, in the heart space. And place the right hand onto your belly, right underneath your belly button, and place your left hand on top of your right. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill the lungs with air, maybe relax the belly. And as you exhale out with the Ujjayi breath, feel the abdominal muscles contracting, helping you to exhale the air out. 2 rounds. And then slowly, whenever you are done with that round, place the left hand onto your heart. Keep the right hand on the belly. Feel it in the chest and in your belly. Exhale. And as you, no, the inhale. And as you exhale, maybe with that Ujjayi breath. And again, deep inhale. And exhale. And then place both hands back onto the belly, right beside each other. Take another deep breath in, into the belly. And exhale out with an Ujjayi breath. One more time. Slowly place one hand on top of your head. Leave the other hand on your belly, underneath your belly button. Press your hand very gently into your belly. Press your hand gently into your head. Grow tall. Grow into the hand that you have on top of your head. Feel your sit bones touching the earth, grounding you. And then slowly start circling the skin on your head one way, like 3, 4, 5 times, whatever feels good. So you're not moving the hand, you're moving the skin on your head. Keep breathing. Feel how tall and long you are. Breathe into the belly. Press the hands very gently into the head. Long spine. Grow into your hand on the head. And then slowly stop. And bring both hands again onto your knees. Palms can face up or down. And again, feel the length of your spine from the sit bones through the pelvis, your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, the neck, the back of your head, the top of your head. And maybe you can still feel the warmth or the pressure of your hands on the top of your head. Grow into that. Become tall. And then again, focus on your breath. Ujjayi breath. Exhale out with the Ujjayi breath. And then slowly bring the chin towards your chest. Feel the stretch in the back of your neck. And slowly open your eyes and turn the palms, if the palms were facing up, turn the palms down to touch your knees and slowly lift your head. If you were sitting on a chair for this, now would be a good time to come back to the mat into easy pose. And we're going to start by taking a deep breath in and opening up the chest, lifting our gaze towards the ceiling, towards the sky, creating space, shoulders slide down. And then when you exhale, maybe with that Ujjayi breath, round your spine, chin towards the chest, engage your abs. And again, inhale, open up the chest, proud chest, lift your gaze towards the sky, arch that lower back, arch the whole back, and exhale out. Tighten up those abs, round the shoulders, chin towards the chest, look towards your belly button, and inhale. Do a couple of those seated cat-cow flows in your own time. Ujjayi breath. Inhale and exhale. And see how you can feel it in your abs. Stretch the abs when you come and open the chest, and inhale and contract the abs when you round the back, creating space in your back. Breathe into the back if that makes sense, and then find the spine, the neutral spine right in between. All right, and then bring your arms to the side. And maybe switch the legs if you feel like it. I definitely felt like it. And then inhale your arms all the way up. Take your time. Feel taller now, even with the arms up. And then exhale back down. Ujjayi breath. Inhale all the way up. I can still feel my hand on the top of my head. And if you can feel that too, go tall. Yes. Last one, inhale all the way up, lift your gaze, and exhale your arms all the way back down. Very good. And then lift your right arm, we come into a side bend. Walk your left hand out, And then bend that left elbow a little and reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Press your right hip down into the mat. Create space in your side. Slowly bring the right arm back down. Lift the left arm. Same thing on the other side. Walk that hand out. Bend that elbow. Reach up. Slowly come back down. Roll the shoulders back. Rest the hands on your knees. Slowly take the head over to one side. And slowly over to the other side. Back to the middle. Over to the side. Back to the middle. And the other side. And come back to the middle. Now stretch your legs out right in front of you. So I was looking at my feet because I washed my blue carpet, and it turns out you should not walk bare feet on a washed blue carpet, otherwise your feet turn blue. So if you see any blue on my feet, that's my carpet. All right, we come into a twist. So if you sit still on the blanket, see how that feels. Definitely take the fleshy parts of the sit bones again and find that length. So to find that length, we can put the fingertips into the floor right beside like little tents, and then press down into the floor and again create that long spine. Imagine the hand on top of your head, push into that hand, feel your sit bones down into the ground in the earth, and then we come into a twist. So we will bring the right knee into the chest. See how that feels? And then bring the right foot over the left. Keep your left foot flexed. Wrap your left arm around your right knee. And if you feel like, yeah, that is a good twist here, you can stay here. You can also bring your right hand right behind you and find that length in the spine again, long spine, and maybe turn the head towards the right. So this is the first, usually we do this at the end. So be gentle with your neck and with the rest of your body too. Breathe in and exhale out. Ooh, giant breath. And then maybe slowly, when you're ready, come back to the middle and twist. Stretch the legs out. And again, find that space in between. So we are evening out first. Bring the hands right beside you, the little hands, press down, and find that length. And then bring your left knee into the chest. See how that feels. You can stay here as well. If you feel like, nah, this is good, this is enough, stay here. And you can also bring it over to the other side. Maybe you feel a good stretch here, right? And then bring your right arm around that left knee. You can stay here too. Flex that right foot. Maybe bring the left hand behind. Lengthen the spine. And if you want to, very gently, you can turn towards the left side. Breathe. And then slowly untwist. Stretch the legs back out. Maybe shake those legs a little bit. And then bring the legs, swing the legs in and come onto hands and knees. So have the blanket close by if you know your knees sometimes need a little cushioning, or maybe another mat close by while you push those blocks out of the way. And then just come into table pose. And be careful about the head. Lift your head, lift the belly button in and up. You can't see that, but I do. And then stretch out, open up the fingers wide, stretch out your right leg and push the heel away. Open up the back of your right leg. Breathe here. And then bend that right knee and stretch out the left leg. Push your heel away. Now, if you feel like the head might be sinking low, lift it up again, crouch chest, belly button in and up. Breathe. And slowly lower the knee down. And then we stretch out the right arm all the way towards the right corner of the mat. Try to make yourself longer. Breathe here and then slowly lower the right hand down to the mat. Lift your left arm. Stretch it out, make it longer. And slowly lower the left hand down. Now we're going to lift up the right leg. Push the heel away. And then if you feel like, yeah, that's fine with me, I'm not going to change that. That's a good stretch. I feel that. Stay here. You can also lift your right leg. Still push the heel away. And then move it over above your left foot, your left leg onto the other side. So the rest of the body, the hips stay straight. So it's a little bit like a half C with your right leg. I hope that makes sense. So you should feel maybe a stretch in the hip. Maybe you don't feel a stretch at all. That's fine too. Breathe here. And slowly bend the knee, bring the knee back in. And then same thing, we do the left leg, stretch it out first. You can stay here and enjoy that stretch for the calf muscle, for the Achilles. Still watch the heart, lift it up, proud chest, and then bring that left leg up into the air, push the heel away, and slowly bring it over to the other side, to the right corner of your mat. Keep the hips in the middle, so don't lean in too much. Stay here. And then slowly lift it back up and lower it back down. And then the same thing with the arms. We lift up the right arm, stretch it out, and then the right arm, without moving the hips or the shoulders just a little bit, we move that right arm over to the left side. Open up the side of the body and then slowly bringing the arm back down. And then we lift the left arm all the way up, stretch the arm out and slowly move that left arm over to the right corner of your mat. Breathe. And move the arm back to the left corner, slowly lower down, and then sit back in a child pose if that's an option for you. If you feel like, oh God, no, my knees don't like the child pose, then just stay here. But if you feel like, yes, child pose, then lower down the head and take the weight of your wrists. Breathe here. And slowly press into your hands, lift back up into table. And from table, we're going to lower down onto the belly. So you can come to knees, chest, and chin. You can lower down in from a yoga plank, if you like, your choice. Take your time and lower slowly onto the floor. And then maybe make a pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead on the hands and just wiggle those hips a little. Find the space on the mat. And then lift your right leg. Push it out, make it longer and lower it back down. Lift your left leg. Push it out, make it longer, lower it back down. Now, find those pelvic bones, right, that are pushing left and right into the mat. Anchor those down into the mat and lift your abs. Lift the belly off the floor. Create a pocket of air between the mat and your belly. And then maybe see how your legs are. Maybe they're a little close together and you feel a little bit pressure in your lower back or sacrum. Then open those legs up a little bit. They're wider than your hips. So it feels okay, it feels good. And then slide your hands right underneath your shoulders, and we come into a very gentle baby cobra, shoulders away from the ears, and slowly turn your head over to the right and slowly over to the left. Back to the middle, look down towards the mat and slowly lower back down. Take a deep breath in and again, exhale out. Lift your abs, and with your next inhale, lift back up into Cobra. Maybe that Cobra is a little bit higher, maybe it stays here. Make sure when you lift your hands, this is where you are. You stay where you are, so you're not pressing into your hands. And then slowly lower back down to the mat. Maybe bring your forehead back onto the mat or back onto your hands. And then walk your hands out to the side, right? And like we just did, we make little tents with our fingers like we did when we were sitting up, right? And we're gonna do a little wave, a little, I don't know, snake wave or something. So you will, with your next inhale, press into the hands, a little bit into your fingertips, and lift your head all the way up. Now you are allowed to press a little bit into your hands, but only a little. And then as you exhale, you lower back down. With your inhale, you rise, you lift all the way up. Wherever you are is fine. And as you exhale, you lower back down. Very active arms, active fingers. The last one, lift your head with your inhale, lift the chest. Maybe you come a little higher, maybe not. Listen to your body. And then slowly lower back down. Now make a pillow with your hands again. Rest your hands and windshield wiper your feet left and right. Taking that pressure out of the lower back. And then stretch the legs back out. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders and push back up into table. And from table, untuck the toes. We come into child pose. And then slowly come back into table. So now is a good time because we come into a low lunge. If you like, you can put the blanket down underneath your knees. Come back into table. And we're going to do a downward facing dog. So tuck your toes under, open your fingers wide. Turn the inner elbow creases forward and unlock those elbows. Engage your abs and lift all the way up towards the sky. Keep the knees bent, keep the heels off the floor, but find height in the sit bones, in your hips. Breathe here. And then slowly lower your feet towards the floor, the heels towards the floor. They don't have to touch. Breathe and maybe start pedaling your downward dog here, left here, right here. And then slowly find a still downward dog pose. Engage your abs, lengthen the spine all the way up towards the ceiling. And then come onto your tippy toes and lower your knees back down into table. And then bring your right foot in between your hands. Find your way forward so that your knee is not going over your ankle. And you can use your blocks if you feel like it. Move forward and then lower the hips down, right? Yes. If you like, you can stay here. You can also stay down here. Make sure, look at your foot, pressing outside of your foot down into the mat. Maybe that inner arch up a little bit. And then if you want, you can bring your hands onto the knees. You can stay on the floor, that's fine. And then we can lift one arm. We can also lift two arms. Reach up high, long spine. Ujjayi breath. Lower your hands back down onto the mat. And now if you want to, you can stay here and just feel that opening here. Breathe here. You can also come with me into a twist. So you can take a book, you can take a block, you can put the hand onto the floor, whatever you want, whatever feels good. I'm using my block and I press my hands. The block is right beside the inside of my foot. And I press my left hand into the foot, and then I open up. I put my right hand onto the right knee, press in and come into a very gentle twist. You can stay here. You can also lift your arm towards the ceiling and breathe here. And slowly lower the hand back down. And slide your right foot back. And come down or come up into a downward dog. So tuck the toes under, lift your hips up high, pedal those legs. Find that stillness. Ujjayi breath. Tippy toes, come onto your tippy toes, lower down onto your knees, and bring your left foot in between your hands. So, same thing. And see how it feels if you untuck the back toes or if you tuck them under. Sometimes a little change like that makes such a big change in your knee if the knee is not happy with this. Alright, so then I slide my back knee back a little bit and lower my hips down. I can stay here. I can breathe here. Also sometimes if the pressure is on your kneecap, if you, now don't do what I'm doing right now, but if you have the edge of the blanket right on your knee, that sometimes is fabulous and takes the pressure off your kneecap, if this is the issue. So stay here and breathe. You can use your blocks again. Upway, lower way. Make sure the knees are going over the ankle. Breathe here. If you like, you can put the hands onto the left knee. Press down as you lift up. Lift one arm and then lift your other arm. Reach up high if you feel like it. And then slowly lower your hands back down. You can come onto the knees. You can stay in kind of a runner's lunge, right? So then press your right hand down into the block and become into the twist. So you can put your left hand onto the left knee and stay here. Breathe here. You can also lift your left arm all the way up towards the ceiling into a gentle twist. Sometimes this is good too, right? If you feel like the arm is too heavy, but the spine really wants to go a little bit like this, then put the hand onto the hip and walk with the shoulder, open up the shoulder. And the head can still look down. Slowly lower back down. Put the hands onto the floor and slide your foot back into table. Tuck your toes under, lift into downward facing dog. Take your time to get there. And when you're here, just enjoy the upside down. Pedal those legs. And then lift your right leg all the way up. Reach up high and maybe bend your right knee. Open up the hips. And slowly stretch the leg out. Square your hips and lower the leg back down. Lower down onto your knees and untuck the toes. Rest in child pose. Fix your t-shirt if you have to. And then press back into your hands. Tuck your toes on the other side, right? Lift your hips. Press down into the ground, into the earth. Stretch out your fingers. Press all the parts of your fingers down into the mat. Unlock your elbows. Bring the weight into your right foot. Lift your left leg all the way up. Reach up high. And then bend your knee. Open up that hip. Reach up high with the leg. Lower back down. Downward dog. And then lower your knees back down onto the floor. Untuck the toes. And come back into child pose. Then slowly bring, I'm moving fast, take your time, put the blanket to the side, come back into table, and then into downward facing dog. And if you want child pose, just come back, and you have no blanket, just come back into downward facing dog. And we slowly walk our feet towards the hands. Take your time. And then same thing as we did when we were on our belly and we were coming into snake pose, when we were doing the snake wave, right? So we're doing the same thing here. So we inhale and hands go right underneath your knees, long straight spine. Exhale forwards. And inhale all the way up. Exhale forward. Inhale all the way up. Straight spine. You can bend your knees a little. Exhale forward. And come all the way up, arms to the side. And reach up high. Bring the arms to the side. Come into mountain pose. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your toes. Spread them out wide. Put them back down onto the floor. Bend your knees just a little. What is this? I was gone. Okay. I don't know what happened. All right. Hands right now onto the side. And spread the toes out wide. Lift your arms all the way up. And then bring the hands back down to the side. Inhale your right arm all the way up. And then we come into a very small, gentle side bend. Come back down. Lift your left arm up. And reach up high. And slowly come back down. Roll your shoulders back. Open up your feet. Bend your knees a little. Like you can bounce, right? And then I have to watch behind me. We just twist to the side. So there's no effort. This is very easy and very gentle. A very easy and gentle twist in the upper body and a little bit in the hips here as well, right? You can hit a little bit, pat a little bit onto the side of the hips, and then your head turns as well. Just a little, nice twist, and then slow down, slow down. I know this is fun, right? Okay, so bring your hands onto your hips. We come into tree pose. So bring the weight into your left leg, and then your choice. You can bring the right heel on top of the left leg, and you can stay here and feel how it opens up that hip, right? The rest of the body is tall. Try not to lean into the opposite hip. Lift, right? Long spine. Again, feel the hand on top of your head. You can also bring your leg onto the inside of the lower leg, or all the way up here. Wherever your tree is, that's perfect. Okay, my tree is definitely down here. And if you lose balance, just find it back. Now, a good other trick is to find your drishti, that point somewhere that is not moving, and then bring the hands, if you like, in front of your chest. You can keep them on your hip as well. Find the length in the left side from the foot all the way through the knee, the hip, your spine, out through the top of your head. And if you like, you can also lift your arms all the way up. I'm going to go a little bit back. Reach up high. Ujjayi breath. Tall tree. Feel the ground supporting you and reach for the sky. And then bring your hands in front of your chest whenever you're ready. If that tree feeling is really good, stay there. And then slowly lift the knee. And then I just change my position. You lift your knee and you step back into a high lunge. So you can have the hands onto the hips. You can have them right in front of your chest. So the high lunge is you're on your tippy toes and the heel is off the floor. Okay, if that is for any reason not so nice for you, come into a bit of a warrior one. So your heel is down and your foot is turned out. Okay. And then bring the hands on top of the hips and lengthen the tailbone, engage your abs, and maybe bend that knee a little more. Lift your arms all the way up. Drop the shoulders down. Breathe here. Ujjayi breath. Turn the pinky fingers towards each other and then bring your hands back into the front of your chest. And you probably know what's coming, a nice, gentle, sweet little twist. If you're not up for it, that's totally fine. Stay here, breathe. If you're up for it, your right elbow goes into the left knee or the outside of the left knee, and you can have your twist here. Breathe, press that right elbow into the knee, and then maybe lower the hips back down. Awesome. Breathe. And then slowly untwist. And bring the hands back onto the hips. Bring the weight forward and step forward. Shake everything out. Okay, now other side. So bring the weight into your right leg and your left foot on top of the knee, if that's your choice. Or onto the inside of the leg. Again, try not to lean in. Find the length. Hips are even. Unlock your right knee. Help the whole posture with a strong core. Bring the hands in front of your chest if you want to. Stay here if you like that better. Find your drishti. No matter where your hands are. Ujjayi breath. And if you feel like you can stretch your arms all the way back up. Drop the shoulders down. Spread your fingers a little. Not too much. Not so that it's a strain, but like a gentle stretch, right? And then maybe turn those little fingers, those pinky fingers towards the midline. Breathe. Yeah, I'm leaning into it. So if I do that, maybe, I'll have to lift up. Yes. Press down into the floor. Reach up towards the ceiling. Ujjayi breath. And then slowly, take your time, bring the hands in front of your chest. Yes. So you stay there. I'm going to lift my knee up. You lift your knee up as well, but I'm just going to switch here. And then you step that leg all the way back into a high lunge, or maybe bring the foot back down so you are comfortable. And if you're in a high lunge and your heel is fine or your foot is fine, but your knee needs to be a little bit bent, perfect, stay there. Because sometimes when the knee is straight, then we arch that lower back and there's a lot of pressure here. So when we bend this, chances are we can lengthen here, engage the abs, and give this a little bit of space. And then lift your arms up. If you want, you can stay here as well. Breathe. Think of those pinky fingers turning towards each other. And then slowly bring your hands in front of your chest. You can stay here, breathe. You can also come with me into that twist. High lunge with a twist. So left elbow goes into the right knee. Press into both hands and press the elbow into your knee. One more breath. And slowly untwist. Bring the hands onto the hips. And then lean forward, step forward. Yes, I know lots of work for the legs. Shake everything out. And then come to the front of the mat. Lift your arms all the way up and forward, forward again. And bend your knees a little. And then step into downward facing dog. And breathe. Pedal those legs. Find your downward dog. And then slowly lower down onto the knees. And create space here, push everything away. And we come onto the belly. So bend your elbows, lower down onto your belly. And then open up your legs a little like the X, right? And then bring the arms right beside you. Breathe here. And then with your next inhale, lift the upper body. Lift your arms and lift both legs. If the legs feel like a little too much, lower the legs down, anchor your legs down, and just lift up your upper body. If not, go ahead, lift both legs. Breathe here. Strong back body, right? Slowly lower down. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead on your hands. Bend your knees. And windshield wipers left and right. Tuck your toes under, hands underneath your shoulders. Push back into downward dog. Slide or bring the legs to the side. And we start lying down on the back. Bend your knees. Take your time. Okay, so spinal twist when you're lying down. So yes, lift your hips a little and put the hips over to the left side. Stretch your right leg out and bring your left knee just a little in, and then bring the left knee over to the other side. And again, if you don't like that and you want both knees bent, please go ahead. There's no reason for the spinal stretch to be not, or spinal twist to be painful, right? Not at all. And again, you can put your blanket or the pillow underneath the knees. Breathe here. If you like, you can turn your head to the opposite direction. Very gentle. Arms to the side. Ujjayi breath. And then slowly bring the knees back to the middle. And then lift the hips up and bring them over to the other side. Again, you can have both knees over to the left side, or just one leg, the left leg out and the right leg bend over to the other side. Your choice. And you know what? Sometimes the head feels different on the other, the neck feels different on the other side, and you don't want to turn it over. Then listen to that. And slowly bring the head back to the middle. Bring your knees back to the middle. Take your time with that. And then bring the knees into the chest and gently rock from side to side. And then find your position for Shavasana. Legs up the chair, up the wall. I know some of you really like that. And then, or just the legs out. Stretched out, maybe put a roll up mat underneath your knees so they're not locked or stretched too much. The arms are right beside your body. If you like, you can turn the palms up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Opens up the chest a little more. Sometimes it feels good to have the hands on the belly. You can also just put the blanket onto the belly, way down to calm down. If you have an eye pillow, now is the perfect time for the eye pillow. And I'm going to talk you through. So find your perfect Shavasana position. And your support. And then whenever you're ready, take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out with a sigh through the mouth. And again. And then just follow your breath. Observe how it becomes quiet, slow, shallow. And any time in between and you feel like you want to anchor your mind, your thoughts onto something, use your breath. The inhale and the exhale are perfect for that. Just count from 1 to 10 and then you start again. And then just start relaxing your toes, your ankles, calf muscles, the back of the knees, the top of the knees, thighs, hamstrings, hips, glutes, and with your next exhale, let your legs become heavy. And then soften your belly and your chest. Relax your lower back, middle back, upper back. Relax your neck, the back of your head, the top of your head, your forehead, temples, cheekbones, unhinge your jaw. Relax the tongue in your mouth. Soften your lips, your eyes, and the space between your eyebrows. And then slowly, without changing anything, just bring your attention back to your room and the noises that you can hear. And then bring your attention to your body and to all the places where your body touches the mat. And then slowly to your breath. Start to deepen your breath. And then slowly wiggle your toes, your fingers. Stretch your legs. Stretch your arms. Slow motion, easy, gentle. And whenever you're ready, bend one knee and then the other. And slowly turn onto your right side. And then use your hands to push you up slowly into a seated position. And whenever you're ready, bring your hands in front of your chest. Lower the chin towards the chest. And thank you, Sarah, for coming here. I thank you for coming. Namaste.
Namaste, Mandy. Thank you once again for a terrific Thursday Yoga for Yogis. We're so grateful to you, the Yonkers Public Library, our Westchester County legislator Ruth Walter, and Friends of Crestwood Library, and everybody who's part of our wellness community.